Hey beautiful friends, I wanted to come on and just share with you some intuitive thoughts for the end of November, beginning of December 2022. For many of us, it has been quite the year of doing the soul work, doing the deep work, taking a deep dive into unraveling some things, extricating ourselves from old stories, and really healing some deep wounds within. You may be feeling like, isn't it time for my breakthrough, for my dawn? And as we come toward this darkest time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, you may be feeling as though you're still that seed that is not buried, but planted underground, encased, and really in a state of obscurity. I want to speak to that today and kind of just guide us with some encouragement through to a brighter place and a different way of looking at that season if that's where you still are. I'm going to start with this piece of poetry called Hidden. It says this: there are times when you have to become nothing, hidden, like a tiny seed planted underground where no one can see, in darkness. All the well-intentioned raking of the soil cannot hasten your appearing. Incessantly plowing the earth above you will only harm your potential. All you must do is calmly stay hidden and find your peace in rest. In the fullness of time, the faithful sun will warm your heart and nourish your dreams. You will rise from obscurity, strengthened and transformed in the glory and purpose of your intended design. It doesn't sound very comforting, but we know it's true. There are times when we have no choice but to be nothing, to be hidden, to be in that place of trust, of new possibility, in the transformation stage, when we are moving from seed to flourishing plant, when we're moving from caterpillar to butterfly. We don't know what on earth is going on. All we have known ourselves is in one form, and we haven't even fully experienced the form, the vista, the expanse, the possibilities that are to come. And this is the season that many people are holding right now. And the encouragement is, don't give up. It sometimes really is darkest right before the dawn. And we could be heading into a season of intense sense of obscurity, sense of lostness, sense of I don't know who I am. And this is the place to really anchor trust, to really nurture trust within that there is a plan and that there is a transformation process that is taking place, and we can trust that. We can look at nature and we can trust that. Rise Again speaks to this. There are times you can't do anything about the darkness you face. You can't fix it, change it, or send it away. Your only choice is to touch it and embrace it, to hear its wisdom and perceive it differently. Perhaps at last, it's a chance to be still, to cultivate trust out of shadow and fear, a chance to glimpse a new day dawning, heavens appearing, certain and clear. Find hope, weary soul, as intimidating troubles highlight your deepest neglected truth. As surely as the sun shall rise again, most certainly, so shall you. I love that thought, that it is in intimidating troubles that actually highlight our deepest neglected truth. When we are in those places where we are stuck between a rock and a hard place, we seem as though we don't know how to get ourselves out of a fix. It is in those intimidating troubles that seem to back us into a corner that we throw up our hands in surrender and realize, I don't know what's next and I don't know how to get myself there, but I've got one choice left. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust that there is a plan, and that perhaps even in that state of hanging in the balance, in that mid-transition, mid-transformation stage, there are some deep neglected truths that are wanting to be seen, that are wanting to be heard. Truths about ourselves, truths that have maybe been put on the back burner, shelved, stuffed down, while we were so busy being the construct, the people that we have been in the yesteryear experiences. And is a fullness to us, there's a fullness to our potential that's yearning to be heard. And sometimes it takes that darkness, it takes that stillness, it takes that rock between a hard place season for us to look at those deepest neglected truths. Well, the next piece that I want to read to you, to me, holds a lot of hope. It's called The Shape of Things to Come. And it says this: if a vacuum lies before you of word and time and knowing, boldly enter it. Learn to sup with it, daring patiently to only breathe. Don't do anything, just boldly enter into this vacuum and dare to sit with it. Here, within this crucible, darkness will be your teacher, blindness will be your lighthouse, and candor will be your food. In the scarcity of conversation, silence will sing you love songs. Solitude will align you with long-awaited paths. In the anguish of ambiguity, emptiness will give you substance. Simplicity will carve within you the shape of things to come. We scream running often from vacuums, from crucibles, from darkness, from a sense of blindness, grappling, struggling to hold on to something. It's simply the ego trying not to die. It's wanting to hold on to its concepts and its constructs and its costumes and its appearances of what it has been so far, what it has known life to be. And some people are being destined right now, or in the destiny period of transition that is so radical and so deep that you are simply having an ego death. You don't even know who you are anymore. Entire careers are kind of being pulled out from underneath people's feet, and we're being encouraged to trust in these deep waters, in this darkness, that we are being guided, into beautiful horizons full of color and vista that our eyes have not seen, things that our ears have not heard. Will we hold on in this journey, or will we turn around and grab a hold of something just for the sake of familiarity? That's going to be the question for a lot of us, but we're so close. Let's hold on. This word came through the other day, and I want to read it to you. I love this. It says, you are ready. There's been an initiation. You're an initiate to a new path, for a new earth, for a new beginning. And the word is, you are ready. Be present. Allow the purification. Resist not letting go of what no longer belongs. Open your heart to unseen vistas. Welcome the currents of mutable fire that are lifting you out of old sights and sounds. Steady your gaze on bright horizons, full with colors that rise you to dance. Tread with love, careful with speech. Not all desire the way you are traveling. Build courage, like bricks one upon another, as a wall to arrows of guile and distraction. Wash and refresh your face in still waters. Bask in the light of glories unfolding. I believe there are glories that are unfolding, and a transition season is never comfortable for any of us. It really isn't. We are the caterpillar in the chrysalis, turning into the butterfly, and we've may never have experienced butterfly life ever before. But we're aware that our wings are growing. We can feel them stretching. We can feel the new clarity of energy that is surrounding us, that is taking us into a kind of darkness that is actually a darkness that is light. It's a clarity, it's a newness of being, and it's encouraging us, release fully release those last tentacles and those last strings of things that no longer belong going forward. Be ready to pack light and take yourself toward new horizons. This scripture from Ezekiel 10:6 just grabbed a hold of my heart today, and I just think it's so appropriate for many of us in this season. It says this: take fire from between the whirling wheels, from between the cherubim. This is Ezekiel being confronted with this visual of the wheels within wheels and the cherubim with eyes to the back, to the front, to the side, all around. These eyes, these appearances, these things before us all around, things that we could turn 360 degrees and see all kinds of visions, perceive things in all kinds of different possible ways. And this word here is within these wheels, between all of the whirling wheels, between the whirlwinds, between the storms, between the chaos, between all of the things that are appearing around you. Reach inward to take fire. Take that which sparks your soul and take it from between, in the spaces between the whirling wheels. Why is this important? It's exactly what we've been talking about. Many of us are at the in-between. We are at the vacuum place. We are at the transition season where we are neither this nor are we yet that, where we are letting go of this, but we have not taken yet hold of that. And it's a mystery. And it is vast. It's as vast and as full of possibility as we will actually allow it to be. And there are no limitations here. This is a place of openness. This is a place of all kinds of possibility coming forth. All kinds of ways of writing the next story. And this message that I'm hearing through this scripture is to reach into those inward, vacuum, obscure, dark, no man's land places and touch and take hold of the fire of your soul's calling. Take fire from in between, in the spaces between the whirling wheels. Regardless of what you see all around you, 360 degrees, connect with that source essence within you. Connect with your soul's essence. Connect with that place of spaciousness and simplicity that is actually carving within you the shape of things to come. Why is this important? So that we don't get a reworking of the Rubik's Cube. So that we don't get a regurgitation of things that are passing away and actually miss the brand new thing that has no frame of reference. We cannot describe it. We cannot yet lay hold of it with our natural eyes, but our inward eye in the very core of our being is seeing it, is getting a glimpse of it. And it's not quite time to push through the soil and to turn from seed to plant, but we're close. It's not quite the right time for the butterfly to spread its wings and fly. It needs to be warmed by the rising sun, but it's in that in-between place, and it's very, very close. And this is the time to reach inward into the truest places, those deepest neglected truths of who you are, and take fire. Take that fire. Take hold of that true fire. No more the false fire. No more the things of yesteryear that are not igniting you anymore. It's time to be honest about that. It's time to take hold of that false fire, because you are ready. And this is a calling to be present, to allow the final workings. There's always a purification, but to allow the final workings of this stage of purification, and to resist not letting go of what no longer belongs. Wow, this is a place of trust like never before. But I hope that these words have encouraged you today, and I hope that within this no man's land, this wilderness, you will find the wild you. You will find aspects of yourself that have long been shelved, dismantled, suppressed, but are ready to burn again with the fire of your true soul's calling. As we come into this next month, this final year, don't contrive fire. Don't be so busy. My suggestion is that you are involved in all kinds of contrived things that you don't have time to reach into the vacuum, to sit in the vacuum and let simplicity carve within you the shape of things to come.